Hi, I'm Lisa, and this is Jeremy, and we created Wadwell.
Hey everybody, this is video number 4 in a 4-part series where we're catching you up on what has happened with Wadwell, with our lives, why we are making an announcement about the future of Wadwell, and it all goes back to why we created it in the first place. The website was a do-it-yourself tool to help athletes find the workout they wanted to do and learn about that workout. And that's great. It still does that for hundreds of thousands of athletes a month. But the number one unfulfilled request until now has always been, tell me what workout to do today. And we didn't think that we wanted to be in that space. We didn't create Wadwell when she had thousands of hours of coaching under her belt, and I had already investigated really heavily who to hire to design my own program. But over time, after people were telling us that they had that need too, we thought, well, how can we solve this? And the initial thought, after we learned that 20% of Wadwell's users were coaches, was that maybe we could start introducing some of the athletes who told us that they had a need to some of the curated coaches that we met through Wadwell. And we did. We actually made thousands of introductions of athletes to coaches, and that feature still exists on our website. It's free. And we just learned a lot from both the coaches and the athletes. And they told us, the athletes primarily, told us that the number one reason they didn't hire a coach is because it was expensive. And these coaches, most of them were offering individualized programming, which is amazing. If you can afford it, individualized programming is a fantastic option. Most people can't. We were trying to think, how can we solve this problem where most people want a program to follow so that they can show up and do the workout and not have to think about what to do that day. There's all kinds of problems that come with doing your own programming, cherry picking, wasting the time that you could be working out, trying to think about what to do that day.
Meanwhile, as a coach myself on the platform, the way I delivered or my programming was kind of clunky. That was also a pain point that we also heard from other users. You would receive, your programming that you're paying a lot of money for in a text message or in a sheet format. It was just not as intuitive or easily accessible on your phone.
The athlete has to keep track of their own scores. There's no leaderboard, there's no interactivity, and creating a community around that is tough. We wanted all of those things. So the two reasons that the individualized programming option wasn't a fit for everybody was cost and then the user experience. So that was like receiving the workout and logging your workouts, tracking your workouts, and then interacting with other athletes. Most coaches don't have an app. By 2021, Lisa had thousands of hours of program design, multiple coaching certifications, and a thriving practice. I, meanwhile, had gone through this painful journey of trying to figure out how to program for myself without going the coaching route, trying to augment existing programs that I was following, and eventually just deciding I needed to hire a coach. Now, Lisa was focused on programming for women, and I ended up hiring a coach who's amazing and who designed the program that I follow today. Those programs, both Lisa's program that she designs for women, which is called ATHENA, and the program that I've been following for the last couple of years, and now dozens of other athletes around the world have been following as we beta tested this in the last several months, it's called Element, are both available on Wadwell for the first time. So today, you can actually go to Wadwell and pick the program that is right for you, and we built the experience that we wanted. It's custom built for this type of fitness. So I think you're gonna really enjoy the experience, the community, and the program.
This is really exciting for us as the evolution of Wadwell because Jeremy has a very strong tech background and I end up with a coaching background, and we kind of get to marry the two and deliver the product that we've wanted for years.
Yeah, so as a product owner, someone who builds and works in software startups for a living, it's really cool to be able to arrive at a point where you know there's a need and people have been asking you for something for a long, long time, and then to have that need yourself, which I did, and then build the solution that you want. I love what we've built. I'm really excited to share it with you, and I hope that we will see you come train with us. If you're watching this in the first week after we launch, you can get a significant discount on your first year by using the discount code in the description of the video.
Thank you.
Thanks everybody. Hope we get to train with you soon.